The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
To show you how our community works here, Brian and Kenzie and Q101, crew members. Eric just texted in, I just paid full price for that pizza cutter. I'm not going to say the other thing you said.
Why? Say it.
No,
Say it.
I'm not going to say it.
Say it.
The pizza cutter hula hoop combo. Yeah, for that pizza cutter.
Do you want me to say it again?
No, don't say it again.
Did I get in trouble the first time?
We got a chance for you to get to the Aftershock Festival, which is, if you're into the hard music, this trip is incredible, coming up in about 3 minutes. But first, go Curtis with your headlines.
This is not headline news. Jeopardy! Suspended production due to the writer's strike. If you're still in the mood for a daily head scratcher, you can always follow Elon Musk on X. Afro Man turns 49 today. He'll celebrate it with his brother, Jerry Curl Man. In sports, Aaron Rodgers restructured his contract so he'll make less money to play more years for the Jets. This is your brain on drugs. And customs officials seized cheese wheels filled with cocaine at the Texas border. They grew suspicious when they saw the cheese marked Coqueso. This is not headline news.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Once again, text FESTIVAL to 95819. That's the national keyword for a chance to get to the Aftershock Festival. Q reviews keep coming in. These are things that we share, Brian and Kenzie, of course, and then you guys as our crew members, to help make everybody's life better. And Dustin's been holding on a while. We kind of moved on from it. We're going to move it over to Facebook. But Dustin checked in from Joliet. He really said, I have to share this to the people. That's right, Dustin?
Yes, sir. Ahoy, guys.
Okay, give us your Q review. What's the product and how it changed your life?
All right. Is the Tyson air humidifier or dehumidifier, I can't remember exactly the name of it, but the water it takes out of the air turns into drinking water. It's filtered. And where I live in Joliet, Crest Hill, the water always has boil orders and stuff like that. I ended up buying one. Me, my son, and my wife, we drink from this dispenser. It takes the air out of the house and goes into a nozzle instead of a little hose that runs behind your, like your systems and your septic. You know how it gets rid of the water? You got to dump it. Well, this, you could just turn around and drink pure, clean water from the air. And you ain't got to worry about boil orders in your neighborhood.
Oh, my God. Everybody in, Flint needs one of these. If there are water issues.
Oh, forget about Flint. Let's go to Harvey. Down there.
Right.
Oh, my. Let's go a little
Or
closer.
Lamont.
Or Lamont. All the problems with the water situation going on.
Wow, that's amazing.
And then the other thing was, because I'm a house flipper, so, when I sell houses, I try to maximize space. They just came out with a washer and dryer together in one unit. It's not a stand-up. So in the last 4 houses that I've helped sell, we've had to put those in, and they're well worth it, and it sells the houses.
So I've seen those before. It's one thing instead of a washer
It's
and a dryer.
literally just one machine that does both, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you
It
don't have
drains
to
it and
move
then
it?
uses hot air to dry it.
So do they work? Do they have a problem? I just felt like they'd be a problem somehow. I don't know why.
I will tell you the truth. My wife is the happiest lady in America because she has one.
Interesting.
Because it's all in one. You don't have to take it out like stand-ups. You got to take it out the bottom and put it in the top, and you're getting dripped on, And then when you take it out the top, you're dropping your laundry, So one unit, you just open the lid, shut it, and when it's done, it's fluffy and ready. No drip dry, none of that moving from one to the other or that smell of bad laundry.
I love the passion.
Oops, I forgot to dry the laundry last night, and it smells bad in the morning. No, the machine does it all 100%. You don't even have to worry about it.
My God. This is insanity.
So the name of the first product was the Tyson humidifier?
Yes, or it's a dehumidifier or a humidifier, but it has the drinking faucet. It
Okay.
has 3 filters in it.
All right.
And, man, that's a lifesaver in bad neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the the other product was?
I believe it's a Samsung 2-in-1.
Okay, Samsung too. We'll look it up. We'll add it to the list of Q reviews of things you need to help your life and change your life. I hear you're passionate in it, and I believe you.
Oh, man. I'm a house flipper, so I try to, when I sell houses to people, I try to give them the top-notch stuff that they wouldn't have to worry about. Like, say you have problems with your water, say you have problems with laundry, everything that's in a house, like even floors, windows.
Let me change the subject for a second then. Are you doing okay as a house flipper?
Yes. I'm doing extremely well. The house market is up.
Well, I know there's an inventory issue, and me and Megan are looking to buy a place, and we thought about, this house flipping thing of trying to get someplace and fix it up, but it seems like it could become a disaster. Is it, do you have disaster stories, or is it all
You should
good?
hire Dustin to
Well,
remodel.
there is disaster stories if you hire people. I mean, because we have like 3-4 crews working under Trio Investments. Now, the thing is you'll have crews that don't understand how to do these up-to-date fixes. You know, like when it comes to neighborhood code ordinances, everything has to be hard piped and hardwired and this and that. Then you get a couple new guys, they start messing things up where it puts our name on the line.
Yeah.
When you buy one of our homes, you're promised 2022 merchandise. It's not like an old hot water heater from 95 still kicking. You're
a good seller, man. You're a good seller. I like that.
I would literally believe anything he tells me.
All right, man. Good luck. Thanks for those Q reviews. Let's get one more in here. Ariana checking in from Morris. Ariana, ahoy.
Hello.
Okay, so we're talking about just things that were changing, your life or somebody else's life, and we were adding these as Q reviews, we call them. What's yours?
I have a son that has dyslexia, and after years of struggling and just him having a horrible time with reading, and his self-esteem taking a dump, we found this program. It's called the Barton Reading and Spelling Program.
Okay.
And it's science-based reading. Basically, it's reprogramming the brain with dyslexia to be able to read. It's decoding the English language so that somebody with dyslexia can read almost as if they don't struggle with dyslexia. So it has changed my son's life. He has gone up in a reading level, probably about 2.5 grades in about 3 years. And it's a long-term commitment. It definitely is, but I'm telling you, it is so worth it. His self-esteem is up. He reads on his own now. He wants to read. Before, it was a nightmare. He was so stressed and freaked out about reading. Now he enjoys it. So I loved the program so much that I have now decided to become a tutor of the program.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like that old advertisement where the guy said, I like the razors so much I bought the company. Remember those from back in the day?
That's
yeah.
some
Not
privilege.
only am I a user, but I'm a member too, or whatever. Yeah.
What's it called again? The program?
It's called the Barton Reading and Spelling Program.
Cool. That's awesome.
I wish I had something like that. I wasn't diagnosed, but I mean, my name is Haddad, my last name, and I used to write it the D's as B's as a kid.
I still do that. In the middle of my sentences, all my D's and B's are capital because that's the only way I can get it.
Well, we must. And then I wrote my name backwards on tests. My name's Brian. I wrote it Nairb. And I didn't think I was doing anything wrong.
You wrote your name fully backwards.
Fully backwards. I don't know if that's a sign of dyslexia or whatever. In my age, my time, they just kind of smacked you along.
I'm calling you Narab from now on.
Don't call me that. Don't call me that.
Brian, I think you and I are around the same age. And some of the kids that I grew up with, now I look back, and I've taken a very scientific approach to this. I've done my research, and I'm going to become certified. I just want to be able to help other people with this because, like way back in the 80s or so, you just kind of got pushed through, and they didn't know what to do with you because there was nothing they had access to in public education or even in private education.
Yeah, they didn't know. And I appreciate you checking in on that. That's really good for a lot of people out there that's had this struggle. Because it's a lot of people have these issues. Thanks
That's
so
awesome.
much for checking in, Ariana. And I'm glad you're now you're one of the teachers there. It's pretty
It's
awesome.
really cool. It's great.
It's amazing. See, these Q reviews can change lives.
They really can. That's something that's a unique thing that people genuinely really, really need and I'm sure don't hear enough about.
Well,
so
the
that's
pizza
awesome.
cutter's good too.
Yep.
My pizza cutter's good too. Yeah.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
If you're not okay, you need to get out and do something this weekend in Chicago. That's why we call this the Weekend Q101. How about that Italian?
Well, good job, Brian. You're good at your job.
I'm pretty good at this. It's Brian and Kenzie. In case
Good Lord. Can I leave?
In case the producer joins us, too, at this time every Friday as a great list of all the stuff going on this weekend. You may not be aware some of it's free, or just in your mind you're like, oh, I don't want to do the same thing. This is a list of awesomeness. And Case, why don't you start us off with the concerts?
Yeah, there's a million things going on this weekend. Obviously, Picnic, Sunday, Northerly Island, Incubus, Giovanni and the Hired Guns, Bad Flower, who blew me away at Twisted Christmas 2 years ago, Beachweather, Paris Jackson, School of Rock. It's going to be excellent. Tickets are still available. You can get in the door. Some sweet deals going on there. It's going to be a beautiful day on Sunday.
Yeah, 80 and sunny.
Yeah, so get there, hang out with us. We would love to see you guys there. But before that, if you want even more live music this weekend, Slightly Stupid and Sublime with Rome. That's at Northerly Island tonight.
Slightly Stupid are one of the most underrated live bands of all time.
I'm not super familiar with them.
You don't have to be.
Okay.
You don't have to know one song. You're gonna have a good time. You got Sublime there as well. You're gonna have a great time with Slightly Stupid at Northerly Island.
That's gonna be a good time. Avenged Sevenfold at Tinley Park tonight. That is good stuff.
Wow, they're great.
Yep, you've got Clutch at Radius and Chinatown tomorrow. It's Clutch and Dinosaur Jr.
If you don't know anything about them, like very good hard blues rock, I would say, a fun band, and the people that are there are gonna be in the Clutch. I'm just telling you
Hey,
that.
what was that? Dinosaur, is that the other band?
Dinosaur Jr., yeah.
Dinosaur Jr. is the other group.
Yes.
Ooh. Do you like them?
They have one song called Feel the Pain that I think is really good.
It was a Q101 staple song, probably in the late 90s,
Yeah,
somewhere
in
in there.
94.
Yeah.
I have not heard that group before.
They're slackers. I don't know. I kind of wish they were a little bit more motivated. They're real Gen X. They're real Gen X.
They're my people.
Yeah.
And also, I think Kenzie thinks they're going to be animatronic dinosaurs there. And
Well, it's the entire show has piqued my interest.
yeah, she really got interested in that show.
So those are the main shows. I was also tipped off to on Facebook this morning. I wanted to check in with our crew members and see what people were doing this weekend. And the overwhelming response, the majority of the people, they're not going to go see the White Sox and the Guardians this weekend. They're not going to Wicker Park Fest. They are going to Whiting, Indiana for 3 days of Pierogi Fest this weekend. More importantly, tomorrow night, that's when people are going to be there because Smash Mouth is headlining Pierogi Fest.
Now, this, of course, is the biggest pierogi thing in the world. I don't know if there's many pierogi fests, but the region over there in Northwest Indiana, it is incredible. Now, Smash Mouth, interesting story, though. You know, the singer is not in the band anymore.
That's right.
He had a breakdown. I mean, I don't even know who's singing for Smash Mouth
It's all
anymore.
acoustic.
I don't know what's going on.
Do you think Scott Stapp's doing Smash Mouth now?
Scott Stapp was in town last night. I could easily see him going, somebody, or somebody.
That's good.
That's Scott
I
Stapp.
like that.
That's Scott Stapp doing Smash Mouth.
Yeah. So that's
it.
that festival is 3 days. That's what I couldn't believe. It's 3 days of pierogies in Indiana.
You talk to people
It's
that have
like
been.
Riot Fest.
Yeah, but for the pierogi community.
community.
It's incredible. I want to add a music show onto this.
Yeah, please.
At Old Crow Smokehouse tonight in Wrigleyville, you've got the Corey Dakota Band playing. Now, this my cousin's husband is playing bass in this band, and I'll be there. And I got on the list, which is nice. Kenzie has something to do with this club, actually, in Wrigleyville. But she's not getting any money from me tonight.
I can't wait to tell the bouncers to tackle you. And then you see this guy.
But I've been told this guy plays everything from like Rage Against the Machine to Johnny Cash, super big,
Yeah, he's great. It's
high
fun.
energy entertainer. So I'm going to be out there with my brother and my wife. We got a babysitter tonight, so we're going to be out there at Old Crow Smokehouse tonight in Wrigleyville.
All right, buy some drinks.
Yeah, well, can I get any drink tickets? You got any, something for me?
Drink tickets? You're talking it's a bar.
I know, but you have something to do with this bar.
You're getting in for free.
It doesn't sound like it with you, but the bouncer's going to drop me on my head.
It's
Well,
so
yeah, especially if you're not going to
interesting.
pay for drinks.
You're going to the free show tonight because for weeks behind the scenes, Brian has talked to me so often about Ed Sheeran is playing the Chicago Theater tonight.
Yeah.
And you really want to take your wife to that. And
Because she would have loved it.
She would have loved it. And I kept on saying, which is what I always tell Brian, you need to do this before the last minute. You need to take care of this. You need to go on StubHub right now and see what ticket prices are. And when he finally opened up the app 2 days ago, they were over $1,000 for the worst tickets in the building. Now, granted, Chicago Theater, small, intimate club, but the worst seats were $1,000. And instead, you're taking your wife to a free show instead.
Yeah, I think everybody worked out okay.
To see your cousin.
My cousin's husband. I don't know what he is to me. Is he a second cousin? I don't know.
No, don't say that your cousin married your second cousin. Don't tell that story. Stop talking.
Also, I know that Case did something really interesting on the weekend like this. It's going to be really nice outside, and a lot of Chicagoans have lived here their whole life and never taken a river cruise, boat cruise. Never done it before because some people think it's touristy. It's not. If you've never done one, it's incredible.
Yeah, so last weekend, I had the opportunity to go on the Chicago's Architecture Center River Cruise aboard Chicago's First Lady, which is the premier architecture tour in the city. It's on a boat. It was hosted by Bryant's brother, which was phenomenal.
How about that?
Natural charisma, entertaining host. Really, it's a shame that he's not here mornings on Q101. But he was excellent.
That's not fair.
He took us on a boat throughout the city. Honestly, what you should do, you should go on one Sunday morning before a picnic. Do the boat tour and then walk on over to Northerly Island. That is the best way to make the most of downtown in Chicago this Sunday. I can't recommend this boat tour enough.
It's not a bad idea. Case was really entertained for my brother, who you have to train. They don't get paid. It's all in the passion, not the cash, as they say, of those people. Not all the
But
other.
your brother just hosts boat tours for free?
He had to train, and they actually eliminate so many people, and he goes down there out of the passion for the city and architecture and
He doesn't
history.
get any money?
He doesn't get any money.
I was stunned to learn that he would do it for free.
Yep. He doesn't get any money. It's free.
What?
Yeah, some people do things
Why would you do that?
because you are a concierge for the city and the passion
But
you have for
they're
everything.
profiting off of everybody coming on the boat.
It's a nonprofit. I mean, they make money on the boat. You pay for
Right,
that,
you
but
pay-
the money goes to Chicago Architecture Society.
Yeah, so there are some for-profit boat tours out there, but Chicago's First Lady, which is the one that I took, it's the one I recommend. That is a non-for-profit one. That, again, you learn all about the city itself. You learn about the buildings that surround us. If you're into history at all, which, judging from Clash with Kenzie, Kenzie's not. But if you're into history, this is such a good tour.
That was like super unnecessary.
Well, they don't do the Bay of Pigs isn't near where the boat takes off from.
Yeah, I mean, that's completely different. I want to see big buildings. That's because I don't want to see Bay of Pigs.
Well, you should go, and I want to make sure you know it's on the south side of the river, right over there by Columbus. Is there? You'll see it. And that because there's so many boats on there, you got to find it. The Chicago Architecture Center, there to do it.
Can I talk about something?
Yeah, go ahead, Kenzie.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Okay, so this is next Friday, but I feel like I can't wait till day of because then nobody will come. Okay, so I just wanted to bring it up.
Okay, go ahead.
So next Friday, it's like one of my favorite charity events that I get to host every single year. It's called Art of Giving.
Okay.
And all the money from the event goes to art programs in schools that like they don't have a large art budget or have no art programs because of budgeting.
That's
so these
yeah.
public schools. So, and you're talking art across the board, like literal painting and drawing, music. It helps keep kids involved, art after school programs, all of that. So it's a really, really cool event. Art of Giving. It's going to be at Artifact Events next Friday. And they always have a cool theme. This year it's street art. So they're going to have artists like doing stuff live. There's good food, good drinks, cool auctions. So if you want to go out, you want to drink, and you want to eat good food and see something, you might as well have all that money go back to kids. So I do it every year. Just want to bring it up now so you don't already make plans and you're busy next Friday, but it's a blast.
Is there anything I need to do in advance if I want to attend?
You could like order your ticket ahead of time.
Right on.
That would be smart.
So where do you do that, and what's the name again?
So it's just it's at Artifact Events. The event's called Art of Giving. If you look that up, like artofgiving.org, like it'll come up. So
We'll add that. Case makes an amazing blog for Q101.com with all the stuff we talked about. So you can go there and look it up and do it. There's tons more on there we didn't even get to. And good point in bringing it up now because next week with Picnic and then Lollapalooza, your brain gets all scattered.
right, just want to bring it up. We want to help out a little cultural night, help the kids.
Well, it's also the first thing that gets cut in all the schools, and the arts and creative program, and it sucks because they should be cutting math because you don't forget about that the second you leave school anyway.
Yeah. Stupid.
Yeah, come on now. Get that out of there.
Obviously, history should get cut.
The whole Bay of Pigs Day, canceled.
Cancel.
It's Brian and Kenzie. Thanks, Case. It is Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
We will see you at Picnic on Sunday. It's going to be magnificent. It always is. It's not just about the bands. It's about hanging with you guys, and that's why we do it. We do this thing mid-year, then we do Twisted, of course, at Christmas, and we can't wait to party. There are tickets available still at Q101.com if you want to grab one to join the party last minute. you can do it and get out there and see, Incubus, Beach Weather, Bad Flower, Giovanni and the Hired Guns, and Paris Jackson.
Woo!
It's Michael Jackson's daughter, which a lot of people are intrigued by what she's going to do live. I'm telling you, she kind of sounds, at least the music I've heard, is more grunge-like. And so you wouldn't think it's not going to be, it's not going to be Smooth Criminal.
We've gotten multiple texts of people saying, do you think Incubus will have a tribute to Sinead O'Connor?
Wouldn't be surprised.
I
don't know.
don't know.
We'll see what happens at the show, and it's always a blast when different bands get together you wouldn't expect to see in a show together. Again, Q101.com with all the info. Takeaways from today's show and all week with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Kenzie, do you have one you want to throw out there?
I do. Brett texted in and said, my takeaway for the day is that the War of 1812 is the dumbest name for a war.
Facts.
They just gave up that time.
Yeah, 219 texted in. Damn those homeless birds. That's a conversation you really have to dive into the podcast for.
God.
It came into horror doves in that one too a little bit.
They have life mates.
More takeaways?
Somebody just said the entire Bay of Pigs incident.
There's never been going to be more clicks on a subject on the internet, and Google will probably have a Google Trends, the news trends of searches, than the Bay of Pigs, what we caused this week.
It's been a fiasco.
Kelly from Yorkville checked in. I just dropped over $1,000 on stuff I apparently now need in my life. That's from Q Reviews.
Of course.
They are all there. We do it every Friday. And listen, appreciate you guys. We will see you Sunday at the party of Picnic. If you miss a moment, you miss a lot. Let's go to the podcast at Q101.com.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.